Have you ever had a MRI scan? This incredibly clever technology has revolutionised the way that doctors can work out what's going on inside our bodies without the need for exploratory surgery. Things like tumours, internal injuries, all kinds of diseases can be picked up. And it's also the same for our pets, something that the people at the Animal Referral Hospital worked out very quickly, and they installed Australia's very first MRI unit in a private practice back in 2011. Now, normally the MRI unit is out of bounds except for the highly trained MRI team and of course their patients, but not today.
So today we're going to be putting 500 litres of liquid helium into the MRI, which is a fairly complex...
Engineer and ARH co-owner Scott Humphreys is well aware of what can go wrong. The MRI's his baby and he's taking no chances.
I have an engineer coming to help me. To start with, we're going to have a quick look and just see what the helium levels are in the magnet right now. And we can see 33% is the current level. The magnet becomes critical at 30%. Have to keep it above that level. The magnet will close down and stop scanning at 30%, although I can probably run the levels down below that. Anything we bring into the room has to be non-ferrous metal, it has to be non-magnetic. This is stainless steel, so it'll be a very high-grade stainless steel shell. Where we're standing here is right inside the Gauss field of the magnet. The closer I get, the more the drag. So if I had a screw here, by the time I've got to here holding that, that's going to get taken out of my hand and go straight through into the centre of the magnet. Whoa! Okay. So there's been some horrendous accidents, mainly in the US. If you look up online, MRI accidents, you'll see great photos of usually cleaning mops and polishing machines stuffed down the middle of the magnet, where someone's come in not knowing what they're doing, and the magnet will grab it and it'll go straight into the core. And that's why these things are so dangerous.
That's tens of thousands of dollars worth of helium blasting into the air as Berkeley's outdated MRI is decommissioned. Hopefully such waste won't happen today at the ARH. But first, a quick infographic on how MRIs work so that you can understand why they're treated so carefully. MRIs rely on a super strong magnet, able to send radio frequency waves through the patient, picking up or leaving out fats or fluids in and around the bony bits. Now, there are complex quantum physics involved, which we won't explain here. Suffice to say that a trained radiologist looking at an MRI scan can tell you everything happening in that body, including what they had for dinner. But the magnet can only work at ridiculously cold temperatures, minus 275 degrees Celsius. And for that, it needs regular top-ups of liquid helium at $20,000 per tank.
The skewer is full of liquid helium, and the way we get the liquid out of this vessel into this vessel is we have two very small heaters, little heaters sitting right in the bottom of this. And we turn those on, and that creates a gas, boils off some of the helium, creates gas, and that creates enough pressure to pump that helium. And we have a special line that gets attached to this vessel, which is insulated and allows with as little boil-off heat transfer as possible to pump the liquid from here into this vessel. And there we are, we're hooked in to the top of the magnet, and liquid helium is pouring in. And you can see on our gauge, our pressures are rising as we're pumping in, because we're creating gas in there as well.
And there's an added reason not to waste a single drop.
The big issue with MRIs is that the world is running out of helium. Liquid helium is becoming very rare and it's becoming very expensive. So to keep machines like this running, we have to keep them as efficient as possible and reduce dramatically the amount of helium that we boil off.
It's not inaccessible. We could get to this area, but we're not going to reach back.
MRIs are expensive, but patients would be far worse off without them. And while operators try to keep costs as low as possible, the reality is that governments only subsidise people needing MRIs, not pets.
To see more stories like this, register free. Just choose a channel, Veterinary Pro or Pet Owner, and stay updated.